Hey, everybody. We're jumping into week one of the I don't care what you say, I'm rebuilding the Cowboys. Even if they choose not to, I'm going to try to see if we can pull off some moves to do it. I'm not going outside of what they've already done. We've already completed the draft. You saw that much. Um, we've had to start over because of the update to Madden. It killed all the mods, and then I managed to finally get some updated files. But while I was doing that, um, Synthro's Start Today file, which is one of the best files out there, I decided, you know what, I might as well just go ahead and throw that in here. And then that's what we've seen with what we're seeing over the last two videos. We went through preseason, or actually three videos, the draft, and then two preseason games. And then now this is where we end up. And here is our finalized roster. Going into the season, you can see for the O line, we're going with Guyton, Smith, Beebe, Steele. We have moved into right guard, and Jalen Travis, the rookie, is at right tackle. Then we have Ferguson, Schoonmaker, and Spanford. Igbuka, I can never say that. Egbuka is going to be our wide receiver number two with Tolbert and Turpin, right? Mingo actually made the squad. Don't know how much longer he'll be there, but he actually did make the squad. And we got Lambert Smith right there. And then we have Williams, Caleb Johnson, Jaden Blue, and then Deuce Vaughn. And then Dak. Right now, Will Howard is our backup, but he's on injured reserve. So Desmond Ritter, and then I signed Hoyer because he's a mentor. And if this team needs anything, it needs mentors at certain positions. And then we have on defense, we've got which is Osa is on injured reserve, so we won't have Osa probably for the first 6 or 7 weeks. Luckily, we will not run into the injured reserve bug that doesn't allow me to bring him back because this is modded Madden, so I can go in to the tool and take him and take the injury away and allow him to be back on the squad. So I'll be doing that once his injury is done. He's got 5 or 6 more weeks, so somewhere around week 6 we can expect to see Osa back. Um, Couple of things. I went out. We have Mondin is our left outside linebacker, backed up by Leofau. Murray did not beat out Simpson, but that's only because at, after the third preseason game on in the waiver wire, both Petrie and Simpson were sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not letting them sit there. I'm not. I'm no, no, right? So what that did was allow me to go ahead and trade Hooker. I think I got a fourth round pick somewhere next season. So the 2027 or 2028 fourth round pick. So that was fine. And then as you can see, I got Diggs over here, and Morrison is our number two corner, and then Carson in the slot, and then also Elam, and then Tommy Hill, the rookie. Uh, One person you don't see is Bland because I did. I traded him. I told you I would. I told you I would. Don't even look at me like that. I said I I'm I, it was a struggle, and hasta la vista, baby. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Madden isn't kind to Bland. Don't get me wrong. IRL, I like Bland a lot. I do. I do think he's feast or famine at times, but I think he's a good corner. Madden doesn't agree with me. Madden thinks he's an okay corner. And like I said, every once in a while he'll have a big play, but not really. And then I was like, okay, well, I can get more for him, especially since this is a contract season. And I can't afford and actually don't want to pay the kind of money that it'll take to keep him. So yeah, we traded him. All right, special teams, Aubrey and Anger, Turpin and Vaughn are our return guys. And then our specialists, our rush end is Parsons and then Williams on the other side. And then Mozzie and Stackhouse backed up by Biggers at the defensive tackle spot. And then Simpson and Overshone backed up by Mondin. Reason why Simpson is winning out because he's got 91 speed. So he is the fastest of our linebackers. And again, he was sitting out there on the waiver wire. There was just no way I was going to let him go by. CD's in the slot. Carson's is our slot corner. And then Blue right now is the third down back, backed up by Vaughn. And then Johnson is our power back. Got to get him on the field somehow. And then probably mid-game, we'll give Williams the start, but obviously we'll switch to Johnson and let him basically work towards beating Williams out. But Williams had a good preseason, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. All right, so that is our team. We are facing the Vikings and their new starting quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. So we should just get stuck in. It does worry me that they are an 89 overall team and we are just an 85. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. All right. And if you hear a lot of frustration on my end, it's because you know what I'm saying? And then I know what everybody's going to say. Well, then if you had kept Bland, maybe you could have had 290 90 overall corners on the edges to hold down Addison and JJ. Well, sure. I can't argue that. So here we go. All right. Real quick though, and I don't know the mods that we got going. We do have Sabo's franchise mod, his gameplay mod. We do have Start Today mod by Sinthros, and then 2 other mods, and I will make sure that those are listed in the description, and we'll see. Hopefully, the one thing is I'm trying to keep the mod count down to reduce the amount of stuttering, and then I got to figure out exactly what could possibly be causing it. The other thing too we want to see here is how the gameplay is going. One mod I have is called the CPU versus CPU simulation. So that mod is the highest priority mod, so it basically trumps all the other, and I really liked it, and luckily it got updated after the patch, and then so we were able to pull that back in. So we're about to see if it really does make a difference here. All right, here we go. Now, in my normal videos with no commentary, I just let this play, and then I pause, get the game started, and then start recording the game. So you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes here.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Thanks for having us in to kick off a new year. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, you lived this as a player. It's so exciting for us as fans, but now, after that long off season to get your body ready and your
Oh, and this
team
is
ready,
in
your
Minnesota
game
too,
ready,
right?
finally, show everybody what it's all about. Week 1 of the season has arrived.
Yeah, and at this stage in the process, Mike, you're exactly right. All you want is for this ball to be kicked off. You're tired of practicing. You're tired of the off-season workouts. You're tired of the preparation for what feels like an
All
entire
right.
year.
So normally I would pause here or pause right before that, cutting off Greg and getting in here and then getting everything set up. So speed is slow, right? So, and then we just fast forward. And in this case, we're just going to fast forward to the end of the game. The game does require me to constantly press a button occasionally, right? So, and then to keep the game going pretty quickly, I press between plays just to cut down on the amount of just the extras in the game. Sometimes it gets annoying. So you'll see that, and then that'll keep it going and keep it from going into a pause screen.
So what lies in store for these teams this
Here we
season?
go,
The
kicking off the
talking's done.
season.
We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports.
Starting out 1-0 or 0-1.
Across the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
There's just something special about week 1, isn't it, Mike? I mean, after months of anticipation, speculation, it finally hits you. The season has arrived. This is the first time where we're going to get to see a lot of
All right, not looking good.
players on new teams, new coaches, rookies taking the field for the very first time in a meaningful game.
Aaron Jones,
Preseason is one thing,
he kills the
but it's an
Cowboys every time
entirely
anyway.
different level of
So
excitement once opening weekend
I'm not
rolls
expecting
around.
much different
I don't know
here.
about you, but I am excited to see what's in store for us.
I
That
hate
these
that
games finally now matter.
animation there.
Into the
Is that
familiar
JJ?
hands of Justin
That
Jefferson.
is JJ.
And he's
And then
out
there's
of
a
bounds,
flag.
but they
A
take it
flag
to
on the
the
play.
red zone.
For what?
Inside the 20.
That's not okay. Come on, rookie. Come on, Rook.
So the penalty sets up this offense for first and goal. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy.
There you go.
And he's going to be dropped. They
There we go.
get to
Only
him
thing we
at
got
the
to count on in
15-yard
this
line.
game is
best
the
thing
fact
they
that
did here,
JJ
Mike,
is the
keep
rookie.
their rush lane
You can
integrity.
take
What
advantage of
means
that.
is
Keep
you
pressure
have
on
to
him.
rush the quarterback
See,
as
I
a
hate that
unit.
animation.
Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that
They're
X.
not that
And
jumpy.
when you do, man, he becomes
They
a sit
really are
duck
not that
in this
jumpy.
pass
in real
rush.
life. So to see that consistently in the game just irks me.
Penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on second and goal. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy.
I'm not
And
saying
this
they're
is too far
bastions
over the
of
end line.
discipline or
It's
anything there.
incomplete.
See that? Osa, 3 weeks for Osa.
So can the
Not
defense
saying that
come
at
up
all.
with the
I'm just
early
saying
stop here on third
every
and
single
goal?
down, it seems almost. Every other down. There's somebody like scrambling to get back.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect.
All right.
It's
Nice
incomplete.
way to hold it. Nice way to hold it.
Vikings looking for 3. Bring out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get.
Bend but don't break,
Snap.
but we don't want to keep bending either.
Good catch.
We need to blow up.
Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along.
No, they don't.
But that's a
No, they
good
don't.
3 points to start this game.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down.
Cowboys need to work on keeping them from getting
25-yard
down
line.
there. That's what we need.
So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I think it's interesting his decision making. He said it aggressive.
It didn't matter if I was
Nope,
a rookie
it doesn't
or
strike
going
me as
into my
aggressive.
14th season. I think every player goes into
but I
that
just
game with just a little bit of
won't
extra
change
nerves,
it.
thinking, new season, new
Here we go.
opportunity.
Come on.
Can I still do this at a high level? And you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There'll be a lot of nerves in this one
So
here today. But
sliders are default. Injuries at 25.
They're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that is inaccurate dash.
Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Oh, come on.
And this ball incomplete on third down. On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. That's fielded at about the 18.
You can't let what is essentially a rookie, even though this is his second
That's
season,
where his team will get
just
possession
outplay
of
you.
the
He's
football.
not a better quarterback than you yet, but he has better weapons.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
And I keep forgetting to set the X factor for CD,
The drive begins with a
CD is
carry
an X
by
factor.
Jones. And he
but
finds some
in the
space
game it doesn't
of
set
7
one for
on
him.
first down.
So unless you set one for him,
Here's 2nd and
he
3
just
to go.
basically plays like a superstar. So you don't have that X factor
Now
at all.
the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And now again he loses the football.
Wait, did he say Nick Chubb?
Mike, if that ball bounces just a different
He
direction,
didn't say Nick Chubb, did he?
that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison.
Addison just sitting in the middle. Sitting in the middle of the field, just wide open.
Gain of 7 and a first
That
down.
animation is stupid too. It's stupid. I don't know. I guess because it doesn't lead to anything. You want to fight? Yeah, let him fight.
McCarthy.
But I don't want to see that.
Throw
It's just
one away.
kind of,
It's incomplete.
the word that comes to
You
mind
can't
is just
fault the
trifling.
quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity.
Look it up.
By the time he hit the top of his
Probably
drop
be
and
in there.
got his eyes
Right.
downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball
Up.
out of his hand and live the play.
Aaron Jones
And they get
slicing
this
up
one
the Cowboys.
across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Nothing new there.
On first down, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On the give, it's Jones. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
I like how they can change direction. And then what I mean by that is they do it more now. Before, it just seemed like they always ran to darkness.
It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
This is not going to be a pretty
Jones
game.
now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that.
Cowboy haters are going to really like this game, I anticipate.
They'll put Addison in motion. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. And he nearly
It is Nick
got
Chubb.
free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
So I wonder which lineman is giving him the ability to see the.
They'll run with Chubb.
I was going to say, you can't, you're back there with the running back. You're not going to tackle him?
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Moore going in motion. They'll run for it, and it's Jones. And he will.
And that was Murray.
Into the
That was
end
Murray.
zone.
Just, hey, I'm just going to get run over by someone that's about 20 pounds lighter than me.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive,
Come on,
they
man,
had to
bow
settle
up.
for 3. So
Oh,
they
look at that.
definitely
Just,
didn't wanna have to do that
just the
again.
shoulder
So
right there.
really
Oh,
solid drive from start to end.
hey, I made an
Finally able to
effort.
cap it off.
No, that wasn't even an effort, dude. You just ran up and you just got
Point after, coming up
He
here.
ran up and got beat. Made to look like a fool.
He's got it. And the Vikings are out to a 10-0 lead.
This is gonna be an ugly game. I'd said from the start this is gonna be an ugly game.
And we're back to it as the kicks away. Cavante Turpin on the return.
I'm not gonna say that the Cowboys are missing Osa, and I'm not gonna say that they're missing Deron Bland either. You know.
The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Linebacker Ivan Pace up to make that play. On play action, here's Dak. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
See that right there? Very good throw there, but not on the same page. He threw it directly to the linebacker. That wasn't a very good throw at all. It was low, straight into the hands of the linebacker. Linebacker didn't have to jump. He just had to put his arms up.
That's down the field for Lamb.
That was a dumb throw.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly
And what I mean by that is it was poor choice.
ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball
It's
away.
3rd down and 8.
For any offense,
Find a receiver that's
even
open.
more critical when you
Don't
have the
just
ball
loft it
on
in the
your
air.
side of the field.
Into double coverage.
Brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward.
Lamb's not your. I don't consider him a
We'll take over.
50-50 ball guy.
Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field.
Truth be
1st and
told,
10.
Cowboys don't have one of those. So scheme it up.
They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
When you're giving up 7 yards on 1st down, you're not stopping anyone.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
What we need is. I was going to say what we need is improvement from Mozzie.
Struggle to get back to the line of
But
scrimmage.
the way the mods work and the way this works, you don't get that kind of progression until the end of the season. So Mozzie's not going to get any better. This is your line. This is what you have until the end of the season. It does not get better.
Going to be caught by Addison.
So
And he will go all the way.
this is it. And then that goes to my argument about, well, the team doesn't improve. They don't.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Number 29 is Tommy. I can't remember his last name now. Corner, rookie corner, and he is number 5 on the depth chart. So I really do have to look into it because I think the CPU versus CPU mod does a lot of substitute. That was the biggest irritant for me in watching games with it. Because I'd sit there and I go, where's Micah? It made sense, but it's like, no, where's Micah? He hasn't been in for a while. And it was like, this is worse than the progressive fatigue issue that you run into towards the end of the season. I mean, you don't have this in the early part or preseason. Okay, Lamb's like, he heard my 50-50 ball thing. He's like, no, I'll show you. I can go up for it.
that this team is going to continue to mine
Yeah, but you went up
all
over
day. You can see
Geriatric Smith.
pre-snap.
That's what you
The
did.
quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
I don't think he was in danger of actually getting sacked right at that
And it
moment when he
results
threw
in
it
a
away.
first down.
And he had room to move up in the pocket, if not scramble out to the right, to the left.
The rookie from UT.
To the rookie.
And he'll be
There you
taken
go.
down. So,
17-0
first
in
quarter
the first quarter.
here on NFL kickoff weekend. 17-0, the early score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment.
I mean, they can bounce back from this,
Well,
but
a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Now Prescott. And that ball intercepted.
you see what I'm talking about right there?
Junior, just like his daddy did. He gets free.
you know, the sad part is we were actually bidding for him in free agency. I had determined that, you know what, Cowboys need to bid for him.
And they extend the lead. The defense
And we
joining
lost,
the party.
obviously,
Pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they
to
are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just
To the
seen
Vikings.
both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their
Yeah,
part.
this game's not
and
gonna be a
now it's
pretty
the
one.
defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The PAT up and good. And the Vikings are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, here's Turpin. And
That over-
this will work out quite well.
And yeah, this is going to sound like I'm complaining about everything. I don't think Madden does a very good job with the return game. Yes, there occasionally there will be a return for a touchdown, but I just feel like they always run to darkness, you know. And to me, all right, come on, don't let Old Man River catch you. All right, call him Old Man River because he's been around forever. One of the best to play, but still, he's been around forever. And can you believe that? That's Tolbert, man. That's Tolbert. Okay?
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
I just feel like they run to darkness. A lot of it, though, is probably, trust me, I don't,
Is good.
I wouldn't want to be the coders in making this game because
Into this one. It's now 24
it is
to 7.
my
So now,
belief
after the touchdown, out
that
is Aubrey to kick this
some
one
of
away.
the stuff that you hear,
And this
that
one is
a lot of
fielded in
the
end zone.
outcome
Will not be
of a
returned.
play,
So it'll come out to the
is
30.
kind of predetermined.
The Vikings
So
offense
it's
and
really
Jordan Addison
based,
getting
it
ready
is
to
really
get
up to
back
the
on
game to
field.
get you there, right?
So they come to the line
And
for first down and 10.
if a kick return is supposed to be returned to the 35,
Now a
well,
handoff.
guess what?
Jones.
The returner is going to
And
run
he's
to
gonna
the
get
spot
this
of the
one
field
to the
where they're going to
43
get
yard
tackled.
Go
And
Lions
it's
running,
like,
great job
well,
opening
you
these
need to
run
figure out
lanes.
how
They
to
have been
create
there this entire
or
first half, and
add in
I
the
think if I'm this play
creativity
caller, until the
to make it
defense
look
makes an
like
adjustment and takes it away,
organically making
I
it
think
to
I'm
the
just gonna keep turning
35,
around,
right?
hand an attack.
Without it just looking like everybody's converging on the tackle spot, and then boom, that's where everything happens.
Moore
And
going in
I
motion.
feel like Madden fails to do
From the gun, it's a
that
run, it's Jones.
more often than it succeeds to make it look like an organic type play where everybody, you know, it just happens, right? Sometimes you'll look at a run and you're like, why did he go that direction? Oh, because he needs to get tackled in 3 yards.
They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns
And that's why
into
sometimes
a
you're
loss
looking
of
at a
yardage.
play and you'll watch it. He's
Third
like,
and
he'll
long.
run up to it and then stop. And you're like, tackle, and it's like, well, no, I
Here's
can't tackle
McCarthy.
because I'm not supposed to tackle him here. So I just run up and make it look like he got
Pretty
around me
good
or
effort
something.
on that one. It will not
And
be
you're
enough.
like,
It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think
okay.
there's one of those plays that when the ball
So
carrier watches this back
it's
in the film room
I
tomorrow,
wouldn't want to be the
it's gonna be a
coders to
little
have to figure
frustrated
out
with
how to
himself.
make
If he
that
could
look
just have made that one
like
guy miss, he picks up the first
a true
down.
miss
Instead,
every
he gets
single
brought down
time,
short of the
right?
sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is
So
going to hit
it's
and go out of bounds.
it's very interesting.
The Cowboys offense
All right,
ready
I'm gonna
to
shut up.
take
We're just
over
gonna
once
watch this
more.
game.
They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. It's another run here for Williams.
Okay.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Play fake. Prescott. And that ball intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr.
Asante
just like
Samuel
his daddy did.
is
And his offense is going to be all set up with a short
going to
field
take
and a
complete
chance to
advantage
extend their lead.
of Dak
Now a
this
1st
game.
and 10 from the 38-yard line.
That's not his last interception. That is not going to be his last interception.
They'll put Addison in motion. Now Jones.
All right, you see
The hole
Carson?
closes quickly. He'll pick up about
Carson
3.
came in and then he did that little
2nd
jig
and
there to not make the tackle in the backfield because that's not where the tackle was supposed to be.
And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start.
Because he had him dead to rights, but that's not where the tackle was supposed to be.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. A throw on the move is caught. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him. It
Zeke
takes him down.
Biggers.
The rest of this game is all going to come down to getting stops. You find yourself down pretty big here in the first half. You have to get the ball back to your offense as many times as possible, but you can't keep giving up scoring drives, whether it's field goals or touchdowns.
I disagree with
You need
with
punts. You
Greg
need
completely.
takeaways.
100% disagree with him.
To start
He
climbing
said
back.
because that's not the key to this game. This key is
The
for
drive
Dak
begins at
to
the
not
20.
keep
Here's
throwing
1st
it
and
to
10.
Asante Samuel Jr. If he keeps throwing it to Asante Samuel,
To throw is Dak.
this game is
To
just
throw,
not. This
caught
game
by
is over.
Ferguson. And no
That's the key
chance
right
to
now.
turn and go. That
Stop
one
turning
good
the
for
ball
just a
over.
couple.
And
2nd
then
down and 8.
stop them when they have the ball.
Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's not going to get the 1st down. They met him, brought him down to the backfield.
The sad part is obviously
The idea here for
it was
this
predetermined
offense
that
is
it was
not
going to
really
be
thinking
stopped short.
necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this
But you
case,
see
they
how
suffer
he
a
was in the
loss,
backfield.
and it
He
brings
didn't
up 4th
stutter.
down.
He went right in, made the tackle.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up
6.2
past
yards per carry
35-yard
for
line.
Aaron Jones. 11 rushes, 69 yards.
Set to go now.
Will he go
on
over
first
100 for the
and
game?
10.
It's possible.
On the handoff, Jones. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Here now, 3rd and 5.
What is the Vikings doing with Chubb?
Looking to throw, McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And we won't see
The
a
funny thing
return
about
here.
this
is gonna be marked
CPU
down
versus CPU
inside the
mod,
15.
pretty much all the
Cowboys
punts
offense
that
ready to
land,
take over possession of the football.
they all have that
This will
draw,
begin at
right?
their
That
own
kickback.
13-yard line. So
It's
work
like,
to do starting with this 1st and 10.
It's not 100% of the time.
This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Here's 2nd and 6. They send a receiver in motion left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Prescott now. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult.
Was that Samuel again? Probably.
It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the
Asante Samuel
4th
Jr.
time today.
is making his bid for defensive MVP in just this one game here.
Now the return, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. The reception for Ron
We're allowing the rook to look like an all-pro, and our all-pro quarterback is the one that's making all the mistakes.
Here's Jones. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right. You got to bow up.
Working out of the
Oh, by the
shotgun,
way, yes,
it
I
is
did
McCarthy.
let go of
Gonna look deep.
Dave Fowler.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have.
So I
even
did
though
trade
that
him.
ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Now Prescott. Fine work defensively.
I
That's gonna be
don't know
enough
why
play.
he's thrown in a
Go
double
down, it's an incomplete.
double coverage. Maybe it's the aggressive
Try again. It's 2nd
nature.
and 10. Here's Prescott.
I don't know why he's throwing
Well, it's
directly
pretty clear
at
the main
defenders.
reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it
That was a
very
give up
hard
play.
to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Here's the punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This is taken at his own 30. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is first and 10.
Finally.
And that one is closed down in the backfield.
Finally
What a
showing the
defensive
backbone
play.
and trying to play
Knifing in,
defense.
dropping him for the
Too late,
loss.
but
So after the loss,
at least they're giving it an effort.
2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
You have to laugh
Timeout
sometimes.
for Minnesota as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Jefferson already over 100 yards in the first half.
To the air once more is McCarthy. In trouble, and down he goes.
Now, the Cowboys should have been
If there's
trying to
any
do
silver
more of
lining
that.
For this drive, Mike, it's the fact
He-
that at least
he's
this
a-
sack occurred on an early
He's
down.
essentially
so I guess
a rookie.
technically, they have a chance to
Gotta
claw
keep
themselves out of this
pressure on
hole,
him.
but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Do they need to slow down? They're down 24-7.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Noah Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead over the
Will
visiting
Levis,
Houston
the starting
Texans.
quarterback.
Calvin Ridley, up over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches.
What?
Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in that game.
Yes.
They fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Jared Goff with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory.
As much as Cowboys fans hate the
In the
Lions,
first half, we saw a solid
you know they're
going
going
to
to hate the Eagles more,
J.J. McCarthy.
right?
He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic
That
early
was
lead.
the most
This
god-awful
was an
pass.
extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Yeah, it's not. We don't see
All right,
that
Coach,
happening.
Thank you
Come on.
very much. We welcome you back. It
But
is
what we
quarter
are going to do is
number
make some
3.
changes.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he is stopped at the 20.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on our depth chart a little bit. All right, so Caleb Johnson is going to get to make his debut. Javonte Williams is going to go ahead and just back him up. And then Turpin, speeds, right? Even though I might be doing it that way. Yeah, our rookie's not doing much for us right now. I think we'll do it that way because Tolbert, he's the only bright, shining spot we've had this first half. All right, so we're not going to mess with the line at all. It is what it is. Nealon is not performing. Parsons, can't say he's doing a whole lot either. Yeah, we're going to lead those guys. You know what, Simpson? No, I'm starting to figure out why you were on the waiver wire. Um, yeah, Tommy Hill. Is that yeah? Tommy Hill was his last name. All right. Okay. I'm just thinking about nickel situation. All right, Carson in the slot, Simpson and Overshone. Uh, Williams isn't doing much on the edge for me, I don't think, but nothing I can do there. All right, CD in the slot. Okay, all right. Let's see how this unfolds.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Dak to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a
Dak
good
just
job
stopped throwing it
defensively
to.
meet him
I think you have more
just as the ball
completions
was
to
lined.
Samuel than you
And
do to
it'll be
CD.
2nd down. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10.
Will you stop?
Taken in by Johnson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Dak facing 3rd and long. He dives and what
CD
a
saved you,
catch
man.
for the
CD
first
saved you on
down.
that play.
The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. They'll throw again. Dak. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Where's the offsides?
Over the center with Johnson. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. On 3rd down, Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
Now, sadly, he had to get the ball out. He wasn't getting a lot of protection. Again, like I said, I don't see them closing the gap. I just want to see the defense bow up. Oh.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have
What'd I
tremendous
tell you?
position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds.
So right now, it's time to keep an eye on the substitutions, because that will determine if I actually keep using this mod or not. I don't like the punt thing.
On 1st down, here's McCarthy. Over the middle, that's the
You notice how, and this is still a knock that I have against the CPU side. You notice how the CPU team catches, right, when they have a man on them.
Throwing here on 1st and 10
But
is McCarthy.
the player team does not.
Very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers.
We've seen
Mike,
2
but
incredible
really
catches by
completing
CD,
high
but
percentage of his passes.
everything
So
else we've
can't
seen
let that
just
last
drops.
incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd.
Is that a
and
corner
10.
blitz there?
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
That was such a wasted
McCarthy
blitz.
gonna look to throw again.
Oh,
To the
there you go.
He's got more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
McCarthy is looking like a seasoned pro.
A run. It's Jones.
All pro.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On second down, here's McCarthy.
There we
And he'll
go.
be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. So backed up after the sack, and now it's
Put in the
third
NASCAR
and long.
package.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Here comes the
Oh,
screen
oh,
to Jones.
Oh my God. You're gonna see. This is, as a coach, if I was a coach, this would be my reaction to you throwing a shoulder at a running back, period, let alone a running back of that caliber, to try to bring him down. Know what I mean? You will sit on the bench for the remainder of the game, and we'll think about whether you start the next game. That's how harsh I am. I hate with a passion that animation, that little shoulder thing. I'm like, and then, I try to watch as many games as I can IRL, and I specifically looking for that shoulder animate, that motion where people are just throwing shoulders all over the time. And it's like, I don't see it, and this game just does it way too much. I know what you're thinking. Does he even like this game? I don't know. I've been playing Madden for almost 20 years now. Do I like this game? I admit, there was only 1 year that I've decided never not to buy Madden, and I think even that year I got it for not for well, got it as part of EA Play, so for free.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings.
So, do I like Madden? I usually put about 1,000 hours in every year.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right.
Did you see that?
Great coverage there. Winds up with
I think
nothing
somebody might
on
need
the
to go back
return.
and look at that CPU versus
The
CPU
visitors'
mod.
offense
It only
ready
happens
to
there,
see what they can do.
where somebody else will
They'll
come in,
see if they can put
and
something together
especially when
here.
the punt
Beginning with
skies
first
like
and
that,
10.
and they'll come in and try to catch it.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson.
Okay,
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
either Johnson
Well, they try
just
to get the
isn't
run
any
game
good,
started here early on this drive,
or the
Mike, and they're just
O-line
gonna
is
have to
kind
do
of
a
giving
better
up,
job up front. There's
and
really
they're playing
nowhere
more
for this ball
Olay.
carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
All right,
And they'll
Tolbert,
get about
way to
8 out of
catch that in
one,
traffic.
but still a little work to do now on third down.
We haven't seen much of that today.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He had
Good
their
job,
lone
Tolbert.
touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down.
Who would have
in
thought
this spot.
Tolbert's like our all-star, all-pro wide receiver right now?
On the handoff, it's Johnson. And the struggles in
Okay.
the running game continue.
For some
They
reason,
take him down
nobody can
behind the
block
line.
Phillips.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take him down to the backfield for a loss.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
They're really making us one-dimensional.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's going to let this one go deep.
There's that speed,
Hot.
and it's Smith
And
again.
he will score. Devontae Turpin.
Why is a
Touchdown,
40-year-old man
Dallas.
chasing wide receivers
A
downfield?
beautiful combination in the air there. The pass down.
What is the corner doing?
Bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And
You
it's
know what
really
we did,
just a
though? We
great
learned that
route,
we
Mike,
needed to
and
throw
then a
away from
beautiful
Samuel.
throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys
Maybe we
back
can make
within
the
10.
game look
It's now
respectable, the
24 to
score look
14.
respectable before the game's over.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson headed.
The goal is
back
we got to
on the
keep
field.
Jefferson from 200.
Their lead is 10. They go back to work.
We got to keep
to it. It
Jones
begins with
under
first down.
125.
The drive begins
Small
with a
victories.
carry by Jones. And he is stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, I saw the shoulder.
Loss of a couple on the play.
If it wasn't for the fact that it was a 300-pound man knocking over a 200-pound man,
From the gun, here's McCarthy.
pressure.
Nowhere to go. He's
All
going
right,
to be taken down.
defense, come on.
Work to
Pressure
do following the
makes
sack.
diamonds.
It is
Come on.
3rd and long. To
Where's
throw
Micah?
is McCarthy. He'll set up the screen with Hawkinson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that
I
will
think I'm going to turn
necessitate
that mod
a
off.
call to the punt team. It's 4th down. To return, it is Turpin. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Now, here's the thing, and then
Here's
it's
Dak
interesting,
Prescott and the Cowboy
and
offense
and then
set
one
to
of the
go
things
again.
I've always thought about is
And
how
he's
hard
had
it is
going in the first half.
to
Really had his way with the secondary.
not make
They've
these
been
guys like
powerless
completely
to stop 'em. Now, they're trying to keep it going.
completely OP in a sense,
That was
right?
not what they were
Like the
hoping for.
returner, like AI knows where all the players are on the field, right? So the game knows where all the players
They
are.
come up on
So it
2nd and
basically
long.
should know where all the openings and holes are.
A shotgun snap
So
for
the
Prescott.
key is you got to make it so that they don't automatically
Forced to just
run
throw that one away. It's
to and through all the holes and
The
openings,
biggest issue
right?
and why they find themselves trailing in this
But
game
gosh,
is
dang
really
it,
just been
man.
the ups
Run
and
into
downs
darkness.
of this passing game.
That'd be something
Sometimes he's
I don't know, I'm
highly
just-
accurate and efficient. But at
Cowboys are
others,
losing, so
he
I'm
just
rambling.
misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
What play are they calling in? It's 4th and 15. You're punting. You threw the ball out of
This
bounds.
drive went backwards. He's on to kick it away. Returnable from the 17. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed.
And now a
to
2nd
pick
and
up a
5.
and sets up 2nd and 5.
All pro season vet.
Up the middle.
Hands
Here's
off to Jones. Cowboy killer. Oh, yeah.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of
Jones
midfield.
says, I'm not going to get tackled by
We
the
are
first
through 3
or
quarters
2nd
here
guy.
on NFL kickoff
You better bring a
weekend.
whole
We'll
gaggle
return
of
with more after this. This is the NFL
of fools
on EA
to
Sports.
come take me down.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. A give to Jones, heading right. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And they're going to get to him and take him
Holy
down.
cow.
Taken back to the other side of midfield.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just
Zeke
continue
Biggers,
to not
man.
be
Come
on
on
the
now.
same page.
Come on now.
We've
What
seen
kind
it
of
time and time
name?
again here today. This pass
Holy
rush remains
cow.
one step ahead
This
of them.
guy is just
And it's the
like,
quarterback
he's
who
making a
continues
name
to
for
pay the
himself
price.
in one game. Where were you in the first half,
There'll
man?
be a punt coming from the Vikings. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a
Maybe I should put him on
fourth-quarter lead.
offense. See if he can help out there.
So that one going to land out of bounds. And the
Put him at
officials gonna
fullback,
mark it
see if he
right
can
at
block
the
for us.
20-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start
Jaden
out
Blue and a
first
tailback.
down and 10. The open man is
Tolbert with his 6th catch of the game. It could be 7. I really don't know how many
They'll
catches
break
he
the
has
huddle.
right now.
It's 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Johnson. Still keeping the
Johnson
plays
averaging
moving.
1.1 yards per carry.
To turn that
Unfortunately,
into
there
a
aren't 10
gain.
downs
Here's a 3rd down
to get a
and
first.
4. Prescott now. That's into the hands of Turpin.
Hey, Turpy,
13
Turpy,
yards
speed,
on that
speed.
pass play.
Come on now.
First down, Cowboys.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
Uh-oh.
That's what every defensive
Uh-oh.
coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Thought he was trying to throw it to Samuel again. Okay, number 73 is back at safety.
Now a 2nd down
Who is
throw
number
for
73?
Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Again, Prescott to the air. A pass taken in by Johnson. 11 yards on the pass.
Finally got some yards.
That's good for a
I was about to
Dallas
take him out
first
the
down.
game. Say, bro, you just don't have it today, man.
On the zone read, here's Johnson. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
You know what I'm thinking. Like, dude, you just don't have it today, man. Okay. We're going to go with the speed. Yeah. But, of course, he's not going to be. If you can't block, then it doesn't matter. Second and 10.
2nd down, Prescott.
There you go. There you go.
Go right and find his running back.
I was going to say,
And he's
bull
gonna
over
be thrown
somebody.
after a pickup of about 5.
But you got all-pro defensive
All right,
player of the
twice
year.
on 3rd down already
Sante Samuel
on
out there.
this
He ain't
drive.
running him over.
Can they do it for a
All
3rd
5'10" of them. Might be only 5'9".
down?
Yes!
Got a man,
Yes,
and
Rook!
he's got it. And
Rook!
They are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
He says, you might put me on the bench, but I'll come in and make a play. Put me in, coach. Put me in.
And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves
Who'd you
now
catch that
down there
over?
in the red
Oh, that's
zone,
not Old
and this
Man
is where
River
you
this
have to
time.
finish drives.
Yeah,
So the
Harrison
big
Smith
play
just got
changes the
used back
complexion
there.
of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line.
And we still can't run through that line.
Here's Dak
3 guys,
throw.
and we won't be able to run through it.
Short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut.
And
he
the rookie.
will score.
And the rookie
Game on.
takes it in.
Touchdown, Cowboys. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game.
That's right, brother. Celebrate.
Aubrey now for the extra point.
Jayon Blue.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field
Now it's a
goal
respectable
here in the
score.
4th quarter.
We've gotten the break speed off of this all game, but now it's a respectable score.
This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy.
Finally, hey, Carson.
The ball batted away.
That's it.
And incomplete.
Don't let that ball get to where it's supposed to go.
2nd and 10.
All right. So somebody figure out. Somebody keep an eye on Jones right here. Okay. I said an eye. Okay, hands too. All right, not just eyes, hands. Okay, hands on Jones. All right.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player.
I didn't see who was injured. God dang it. It's not looking good though.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That one on target to Moore.
Oh,
A pickup of 12 yards.
it doesn't.
First down, Minnesota.
Just basically that negates the first 2 plays. It just says, hey, you can do all you want. It, resistance is futile.
It's a throw from
There you go.
McCarthy.
There you go.
Under
Like that.
pressure, and down he
7
goes.
sacks,
They
man.
go.
7 sacks. And we looks. Is Mike in the middle of the line? Is he playing DT? Playing 3 tack.
On the ground now with Jones. And he'll pick up 2.
And then, of course, somebody comes in with my favorite move in the game, that little
What can they do
shoulder.
here? This is 3rd
Oh, now
and
he's
4.
playing 1. Oh, my gosh. Is this like the NASCAR package or something?
And on 3rd down,
Can you believe it?
Incomplete.
Can you believe it? They bowed up
Get the
and
ball
did
in this
something.
situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense, over 300 yards passing in the game, and has been sharp right from
He
the
needed
start.
to make up for the 2
So they come to
interceptions
the
he
line
threw to
for
Asante
first down
Samuel.
and 10.
He might still have more completions to Samuel than he does to
Start on
CD.
the ground.
Blue is out there juking up a storm. What's going on here?
6.
Do they think they got a
They'll work
chance?
now on 2nd and 4.
Do they really think they have a chance here?
On play action. Here's Dak.
Uh,
No one open.
When he
He'll
started to
drop
throw the
his
ball,
running
the
back.
first thing I was doing was
And
thinking,
that's a first down.
Asante!
Gain of 8.
It's like when you throw the ball, know where Asante Samuel is, and don't throw it that way.
They'll run former K-State
Oh, come on, man. Why are you running? Why are you gonna? Why are you calling play like that, man? Why are you gonna expose?
2nd and 9.
Why are you gonna expose Deuce like that, man?
Now Prescott.
No! Oh!
And that ball
Oh my goodness!
out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
If he was a better quarterback, that would have been a touchdown.
A factor as we get to 3rd down.
I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying.
A toss
Run!
inside.
Run!
Oh, he doesn't
Out of
quite.
bounds. Oh my goodness. Rook!
This is going to get out of bounds.
Rook!
So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
What are you doing, Rook? Way to get the first down, but come on, man. Oh, don't throw it back to him.
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
All right, well, it's Williams. But still, come on, man. Stop throwing behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes remain. In the
Run some better routes.
We'll come back.
Call
and
some better
finish this one
plays.
off. After this, 2nd down, 8 for the first down. They'll drop to throw.
Don't screw this up.
He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield.
So often,
What's so
right
funny
defenses
is
defending
it looked
teams,
like
the most
he
difficult
cocked
value
up
to account
for
is the
a
running back out of the
deep
backfield.
throw,
Really nice
and then he
job
only
here,
threw it like
bringing
3
the
yards
ball
over the
in
line of
chance
scrimmage.
to pick up any yards after the catch.
Why are you throwing it? Who's the defender?
Stop there.
Why are you
Gain
throwing
of
at
7
Samuels?
And a first down.
Are you
Throw
glutton
again.
for punishment?
He'll look over the middle and find his running back.
Are we playing for? Are we playing for a field goal?
Gain of 6 on first down. Here comes 2nd down. Prescott again.
Oh, come on,
Looks to be
CD.
incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
That's a moment you gotta catch it, man. You gotta catch it.
To the air again. Prescott. That is caught.
Are you kidding me? He held on to that.
Very close to
You
a touchdown.
go show CD what you just did. Show CD what you just did, and then say, "Hey, this is how you do it, bro. This is how you do it."
They get the stoppage with
Hand me
just
a
under
couple of those
30
mills
seconds
that you
remaining
just
here
got.
in the fourth. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Now, second and goal.
Come on, man. This should be Javonte Williams right up there, up the middle.
Shotgun snap for Prescott.
Dak, you had it.
And this is a touchdown.
Are you kidding me?
Not going to be denied. And
Are
they
you kidding me right now?
lead here in the final minute of play.
Please, anybody that watches this and then made it to this point, just put something down in the comments saying, I stuck around. I stuck around to see the Cowboys get their butts whooped. And
The quarterback
somehow,
is eligible receivers
somehow,
available. Uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when you're running back,
They bowed
is
up.
a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just
And
gives you so many options. And in this
made
case,
made a
it was
fight
the
out of
running
it.
back that was the open
What
target.
in the
Was
world are
able
we
to put the
witnessing
pass
right
on
now?
the money.
This
Easy
is not
success.
IRL. Cowboys don't have this kind of fight. Well, they did until this team beat them. No, it was Green Bay that beat them in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago. And then all the fight and everything just came out. They got the NASCAR package in. What that is they got four defensive ends. Oh, I was going to say, you just gonna let him run?
Well, let's give credit here to the
Come
coverage
on.
unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with
So you
the
can see
ball.
that you got Turner,
No choice but to just
Turner
tuck it
in,
down himself,
and then
and he's able to
Nealon
pick up
as the
short gain.
DTs
Throw here, right side.
with Micah and Williams on the edges.
TJ Hawkinson on that one. And third down coming up.
Okay, now you got Cam Jackson in,
Working out of the shotgun.
6'6", 340 pounds.
He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. So now a timeout for
All right, here we go.
Vikings.
Timeout.
That is their first.
Yep.
Clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Throwing here on first and
Oh,
10
blitz!
is
Blitz, get
McCarthy.
it here! Somebody!
Toward the
Oh,
middle of the field
goodness.
that time, but incomplete.
Trayvon, this would be the time that you go and show Asante, like, hey, I could do that too, man. Where you been?
To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. That's to the right side. And
Third down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play.
Yes, they
They've
do.
got
Yes, they
third
do.
And fourth down. There's no punt. There's no
Go! Finally some defense right there.
of the game, and they've got
And
two
then
downs
Diggs is
to
like,
extend this drive.
I don't know what happened. I just turned around and the ball hit me.
Justin Jefferson.
Hey, we'll take what we
And
can.
It's going to be fourth down.
It's all
Go. Here's
for all the marbles.
Going to look deep, looking for more.
Moore just dropped that dude. Moore just dropped that. I think he had everybody beat.
This will wind up a turnover on downs.
You're kidding me right
They
now.
go down to an 8, and that's the way to start the new campaign. One game, one win here in the season.
Absolutely kidding
So
me.
it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys.
You are absolutely kidding me.
Getting the victory
Come on now.
in the new campaign.
Come on now. They bowed up and showed some grit. Oh my goodness.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team. I'm Mike
You know,
Tirico.
mention
This has
if
been
you
a
can,
presentation
whoever's still
of
here. Like I said, the
NFL
few of you that stuck
on
around.
EA Sports.
Mention in the comments how you just
With that,
knew this
we
was going to
say
be like a
so long,
40 something.
everyone.
You know, this was going to be a 40 burger, and the Cowboys would be lucky to get like 14. What in the world just happened? What did we just witness? All right, guys. So once again, that is That is the season opener. Cowboys go to Minnesota. Not ready to start the game, but somehow managed to finish it. All right. So remember, leave a like if you like what you just saw. Definitely comment, man. Just let me know, right? And definitely subscribe. It's free, and what it does is it puts this out to more and more people, right? And we see what we can do. All right. And again, this is me saying no to MLB the show. I don't want baseball. I miss my football already. Okay, I miss my football. All right, guys. Later.